And speaking with our CEOs out there, I would just like to encourage you to, when you think about bringing on Topgrading as a best practice in your company, please rest assured that we are actually not expecting the top leaders or the CEOs to be the implementation champion. No, in fact, your role as a CEO is so much better played as a champion for sure, but one that is encouraging and, in other words, insisting that your team is getting on board. Now, we don't want to just say, hey, do Topgrading. We want to talk about the value and the best practices and the great results that others have seen, but I'll share a personal story. I will never forget when my former CEO, Bob, back in China, 2006, he handed me the DVDs and the books and he said, watch these and let's make them happen. And I did, and I thought they were amazing. And I remember thinking, my gosh, this is so logical, I love it. And my managers may be a little bit overwhelmed. And it was back then that I learned how to break things down into bite-sized chunks and make it more manageable to roll out at a pace that worked for the organization. However, I really remember the role that Bob played for me. As his COO, he was fantastic in being very clear, that Michelle, we are going to follow this best practice. It's non-negotiable. And it was in a very friendly but firm way. So I would just like to encourage our CEOs out there to think about your role as very much a champion, but from the perspective of letting the company know that you are committed, that you are expecting the company to see this through, that of course there's going to be challenges along the way and learnings, but it's a firm, non-negotiable decision. We're going to go after this best practice, and you can continue being that champion and that encouraging, supporting leader along the way, while of course offering advice on implementation. But rest assured, we're not expecting our CEOs to be driving implementation, but instead being a very clear and affirmative voice when it comes to championing these best practices.